Hey, John, what's going
Hey,
on?
Roosevelt, what's up, man? How are you?
Oh man, it is raining here in Atlanta. That's all I can
It's
say.
it's North Georgia cold here in Shreveport. I've never been so cold since maybe 1983 when the Red River froze over, and it's going to get colder still. So, but boy, what a weather storm! It's probably going to wind up in Georgia eventually, I imagine. But
No, you can keep that. Keep that.
yeah.
Keep it
But
wet.
we're not here to talk about weather. We got enough guests. We could actually have like a game show and a contest.
Okay.
I know, like
and maybe
Hollywood
give some
Squares.
prizes. Give
I'm
some
ready.
prizes out at the end of the show. Yeah, these are some great friends of mine from my work with Allendale Strong Community Renewal and Fuller Center. So why don't you go ahead and introduce everybody, Roosevelt?
All right. So, how are you doing today, Rebecca?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
All right. And how are the Sheffields doing?
Great.
Now working on it.
Awesome.
Doing well.
Oh my God, we are so happy to have you guys here. You know, the co-op, the co-op that you guys are here to talk about is something that I'm really looking forward to because my mother still stays in the Allendale area. She stays on Clay Street, further down Clay Street, and I was telling my mom, me and my mom was talking. My mother, she loves salads, she loves fresh vegetables. She loves all of this stuff, but she has to drive all the way up to North Market to get vegetables and fresh groceries. And this co-op is just perfection, right? Perfection. And I'm just gonna shut up and whoever wants to start off to explain what the co-op is all about.
I'd actually like to speak first to Mommy's statement of having to drive schlep up the North Market to get fresh food. We have a chef that was in the store for a short time, and she actually made some quinoa salads. And we had people coming in getting the kale and quinoa and eating and experiencing it literally for the first time. I think that particular experience speaks to the responsibility, primarily of a co-op, is for us to bring the new thing to the community that may never ever otherwise do it or see it. There was recently a commercial on TV about how people become their parents, and the guy had the word quinoa on the board asking people to pronounce it. I don't know if y'all saw that commercial. It was funny as heck. It was wakaniki. It was everything except quinoa. So
Where's that store you were talking about?
say it again.
You said a store. There's a store.
Yeah, we have a property in Allendale that the chef was actually working out of. She made the quinoa salad. We had some several times, and she fried fish there as well. We had peach cobbler. Rebecca and I did one time as well. So that process of bringing the fresh, the new to Allendale is exceptional, and to have her there was also exceptional. So prayerfully, the partnership will reconnect, and we won't have any issues bringing new things to the neighborhood for them to experience.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
because what you're describing, they call a food desert,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know what that was until I started looking into this. But Allendale really does not have a place you can easily drive to if you have a car. You can't get a bus and get to the store easily, and so one of the things I never thought I'd get into is being a partner in a cooperative food store. So it's really exciting for me, and I just didn't realize how important it was until I first started studying this. Rebecca's the head of our little group. That's a growing group. How many owner members do we have?
30. We have 30 owner members as of date,
Wow,
and we're still looking for more. The ideal members that we're trying to get is at least 300. It's an uphill climb, but we're trying to push on up.
Amen.
Yes. I wanted to say, being with the co-op kind of reminds me of when I was young, when I was a child. I grew up on a farm, and we actually it would have been a food desert because we couldn't get to food easily, but we grew our food. It was right there on the farm. We had a garden. We had things that we grew. And just this was it last summer? I actually have a garden, a little garden by my house here. It's not a lot of space, but I have a little garden. I had tomatoes in it. I had eggplants in there, and I had some cucumbers. But I was actually able to bring some eggplant to the Shreveport Farmers Market, and Rebecca helped me. I was actually able to sell the individual eggplants. That was
organic.
She actually
organic eggplant.
She set the prices. I was like, nobody's gonna buy these eggplants for 50 cents a piece or whatever. And they did. They bought those eggplants. I only had a little basket.
Is a master marketeer.
Yes, and I made about $6 or so with those eggplants. But I just like the idea of growing, first of all.
Yes.
And then being able to bring it to market to make it accessible to people who can or don't grow anything. To me, that's what the co-op is about. I'm looking so forward to it growing bigger and better. And I have a lot of things I want to do, not just growing the vegetables and things, but I also like to make a lot of different things. And I like to do things in the kitchen. So make pickles. I actually make some pickles out of the garden this year too.
She did.
And so I would love, out of the cucumbers that I grew in the garden, I would love to really just get to expand. And this is so awesome. Just the idea of a food co-op and just the idea of bringing it to a place that doesn't have anything, it's just awesome. It's just an awesome thing. And then to be able to express your own gifts and talents and all that, what you're capable of bringing it, together as a co-op, bringing the things that I know about, fruits and vegetables and herbs, and everybody else bringing what they know. And then my sister can cook, Rebecca can cook. So it's just going to be on.
Yes.
Roosevelt, I guess you're wondering, we're talking about the co-op. You're probably wondering, what is a co-op?
Oh yeah, go ahead and explain that to us. Also,
that's good. Yeah.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
I've never heard of one. We don't have them in Shreveport. Apparently, they're a big deal around the rest of the country.
Yeah. A cooperative is a business venture that's voluntarily owned, controlled by the people who use it, which is its owners. They share in the profits and the benefits of being a member. And how they share in, and what I mean by the benefits, like, hopefully once we get set up, we're gonna have sales, and if you're a member, you can get 10% off, 15% off. We're gonna have special sales for members only. So it's really important to try to get in on that, to become a member so that you won't miss out on any of the benefits, none of the profits, and plus the fact you'll have a say-so as to what we're selling in the co-op. We're just not gonna pick a board and say, okay, this is what we're gonna sell. The members would have a say-so and as into what they want to see in the co-op.
Right.
The co-op store.
Yeah, it turns out this is the oldest form of corporate ownership in the United States. That there were a lot of co-ops that the founding fathers operated, and I just never thought I'd be involved in food stores. So I'm learning a whole lot through the Process Food Co-op initiative, right, Rebecca? Talk a little bit about that. And didn't the Sheffields, didn't you guys go up? I've not made that trip to one of those conventions.
Yeah,
but tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been to 3 different conferences.
We had a chance to visit it's only one other co-op in Louisiana, that's in New Orleans. That is the only one. So we took a group of people, the Sheffields was in that group, and we went up to visit the co-op, talk to the owners, just to get an idea as to what it could be like in Shreveport. Now, granted, we might not ever get 300 members. When you look at Allendale, look at the area, we have a lot of elderly people here. We have a lot of young people. Either you're I shouldn't say this, it's not that you're too old or you're too young. But we need, go ahead, Sheffield, tell them about the trip.
Look at you.
Which trip you talking about?
We're not too, not too young to do the work that is set before us with the building up of our co-op.
Right.
Great gifts.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to say you're too old. What I wanted to say, if you look at the demographic in Allendale, we have to go outside of Allendale to pull in other members because
Right.
most of our
Like John
members
says.
don't live in Allendale.
Right.
And, and one of the reasons for that is Roosevelt, like when we talk to people about joining, they say, well, what about 49? Why are you all trying to set up a co-op or store back here when you don't even know if you're going to be here in a couple of years? So it's kind of hard for people to see the vision. We see the vision. It's kind of hard to ask people, hey, tell them about the membership, how much the dues is, and to get them to buy into that. And we don't have anything tangible to show them. And then with this 49 thing looming over our head, we are fighting an up the hill battle.
Yeah, and I can see it because, like I said, my mother stays in the Allendale area, and she's been staying there pretty much her whole life, and a lot of the friends and people that she knows that still stay in the area, they're they pretty much like they gonna do what they want to do. That's their
Exactly.
whole thing is
Yes. Yes.
we don't have any say in this. We don't have anything we can't fight back, right? The white people or the government is gonna do what they want to do, and we're just gonna have to suck it up and move on, right? And I see this co-op not only as a way to put something there that you need. You are providing what
Right.
you need.
Yes.
You're also providing something that everybody else can use,
Mhm.
right? That everybody else can make their own, and you're giving them ownership.
Right,
And
right.
that's probably one of the best things out of the co-op to me is it's telling them not only are we going to put something here that you want, you need, fresh groceries, good groceries, but you're going to have a say in it. Something
Right,
that
right.
that you in the back of your mind talking about this I-49 thing don't think you have. Now you guys keep going because
And then they try to appease the people in the neighborhood by throwing up that Family Dollar on the corner. I don't remember them ever coming around asking us, do you want a Family Dollar here? They throw up that Family Dollar and they throw the little food and stuff in there and think, hey, that should hold them. But it's not enough.
And that's why we have to do what we have to do. And we're not discouraged. And what I said to Rebecca earlier, all we're doing, we're pioneering. All we're doing right now, we're doing what we can with what we have right now. And while we're doing it, we're gaining experiences and all that lessons that we won't lose. And who's to say if it doesn't happen in Allendale that the 49 comes through, then we're much further ahead.
That's right.
And if it does, we have gained a lot of experience. We're doing something right now. We're helping ourselves right now. And then we're just going to go. We're not going to just lay down and sit down and wait for the axe to fall. We're going to go ahead and do something right now.
That's right.
We can grow food right now. We can bring things in right now. So we don't have to wait. So we're not going to wait and see. We don't have to do a wait and see thing. We can get on this and work this thing together, cooperate together, and get it going. We will not be discouraged by whatever might happen or might not happen.
And the vision for all of that too, not only are we trying to set something up in Allendale, but in other neighborhoods, other corner stores, whether it's where Tina and Lonzo live, set something up there over by
Highland.
Highland, Cedar Grove,
Grove.
to have little corner stores on all those corners.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about being connected by the vehicle of community renewal is in 5 target neighborhoods here in the city. Bossier has this area called the Barksdale Annex, where Rebecca, as you know, very familiar with Allendale. And we have Cedar Grove, which is still
Highland.
high crime,
Mhm.
high poverty area. The Highland area has been struggling, and we have Queensboro. So those 5 communities all need the fresh produce that we're trying to bring. What excites me most about the co-op itself actually is the knowledge. When we went down to New Orleans, they have brochures out on the front counter. There's a hallway for babies to grab information, and the community is actually connected through the co-op because there were other things, other vendors inside the store. that they're able to move their products through. The only thing that I hate about any impoverished area is the lack of opportunity for jobs and growth. And I believe that the co-op will be able to do that. It will provide space for you to show your expertise. If you have something specifically that you do that nobody else can do, we can move it through the co-op and now move it literally through the 5 neighborhoods that we're already connected in. Back in the 90s or something, late 90s, we had a care caddy having issues in our Black neighborhoods with healthcare. When they brought the care caddy through the Friendship House, we were able to make appointments for the nurses. They would never, no Black people went to that bus because they didn't know and couldn't trust what was going on with the hospital. So when they said, Miss Tina said this is okay, then they went to the bus. And I believe that we have the same opportunity before us today in reference to the co-op. And we don't share this a lot with our other 5 target neighborhoods recently, but Chocolate has an app on her phone. Chocolate is Tina. Let me say that. I never say Tina. I'm sorry. So anyway, she has the app on her phone and she can take pictures of literally plants on the ground. We walking around, daisies and whatever. It tells you whether it's edible. It tells you what the benefits are for the plant and everything else. So that aspect of the education of the co-op is what I'm most looking forward to. Because I remember when I first came to Allendale and spoke with Mother Rosie, Miss Chaffel, Rosie Chaffel. So Mommy she has the care garden. I don't know if did you saw the garden when you were here? Roosevelt?
Yes.
Yeah. So Mommy planted some cotton in the garden. And we were talking, me and Jimmy and Mommy were talking, and Miss Rosie told Jimmy, this is what you're wearing. Jimmy said, polyester? I am not kidding. That happened. That really happened. So I thought about Mommy taking the time to plant cotton to teach me.
Yes.
I've been to, we have a historical society thing is attached to our library. So I saw cotton gin, they put one over there for us to look at, built this little community. But I couldn't connect the plant that I looked at in the garden that day with Mommy to the cotton gin until she did it for me. So that aspect of education in reference through the co-op, our ability to transform our children. And as Chocolate has already said that we grew up in East Texas, so our lifestyle was drastically different. You being able to run through the woods and not be hindered by concrete jungle, as we call it. So our growing up. So even now, the greatest thing that we do for our children is taking them of our 5 target neighborhoods. We get a chance to take them to kids across America. They go to hang out in the woods for a whole week. They get to ride a boat. They get to swim, climb a tree, and all those things that that they never have experience to do here in the city. It is what it is. So by the grace of God, we have sponsors that help us, and the co-op is, again, I believe the greatest aspect of the co-op is the educational piece that I'll be able to bring to my children.
Not only are we selling fresh fruits and veggies in the co-op, but we are selling knowledge, something that our children need to know. That's one of the reasons too that I kind of became a member of the co-op some years ago, because I trusted the vision statement that we have for the co-op. And our vision statement is to strengthen the community with local, healthy food, local creations like entrepreneurship and community ownership, because we believe that if you give healthier food, you have a healthier mind and body, and that brings on a healthy community.
You get a prize for that one.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that. Here in the Atlanta area, there are a couple of more. Actually, I think last time I Googled, it was like 5 or 6 in the Atlanta area of co-ops. And what you just said, community ownership and entrepreneurship, right? Having the idea that I don't need the city, I don't need the state, I don't need the federal government to do this for me.
Right.
I can do it.
Amen.
We can do it. And I believe that that liberation of of entrepreneurship, that liberation of community ownership, is what Allendale and Shreveport as a whole, really, I would say, most, if not all, low income areas, from the mountains of West Virginia, to Stockton, California, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That level of I don't need the government to do it for me. I can do it.
Right.
It will be difficult, right?
Yes.
Or the big chains, some of the chain stores, what we're talking about,
Oh yeah.
they're trying to do fulfill every need but what we have to do as a co-op, we have to find a niche for ourselves, what we can do for ourselves and do it quietly under the radar. Get really established, because we understand there's also that competition from the big, the big corporations that are trying to monopolize, but they're not going to make it convenient for the people in the community. A lot of times they're not going to put you what you need at a price that you can afford. So we do have to do it for ourselves, and we can do it for ourselves. And we got a lot of vacant lots and stuff where people could just do a little ordinary little garden, and you'll be amazed at how much you can produce out of one little 9 by whatever. You can produce a lot of food out of a little garden. So we just need to understand that we are not trapped. We are not trapped.
I like the way you said it too, Roosevelt, in reference to I don't need the government to help me do this and don't need them to do that. It's really, really important that we identify ownership. Very important.
Right.
I remember when Liz Swain is she is the director of downtown development. When she came out of the table, she was familiar with the co-op because she was attached to one in San Francisco before she moved back home. So when we mentioned co-op, she said, "Where's my application?" She didn't even ask a lot of questions. And the reason why, because she already knows the benefit of the co-op from San Francisco. So when she heard that we were starting it, she asked application, she mailed her check to Rebecca, and now she also is a member. But it's just that knowledge gap is where we are struggling as far as the co-op goes, because people that are familiar with it from other parts of the country had no problem signing that application.
Gotcha.
See, and that's the kind of people that we need to help us push this through. Somebody who already know what a co-op is, and already know what our mission statement is. And if they can get out there and start talking about it, because they are members of the co-op. And that's another thing. We need more members to come out, and speak about the co-op. Bring your friends, tell 1 or 2 of your friends if it's something that they need to know. And I'm gonna throw Kim under the bus. I'm gonna give them Kim's email address.
Yes.
They can email Kim. No, I'm just kidding.
Or John's.
Yeah.
We give them John's.
Put them on top of the bus.
Yeah.
Now,
hey, if anybody wants to know anything about a co-op, I'll tell them what I know, and I'll also point them to Rebecca to get their membership.
Now, tell me this.
Because it really is about membership. But Roosevelt.
How can somebody? All right, tell me this. All right, this is somebody fresh, know nothing about a co-op, but they want to be a part of it. Can you tell me how can they be a part of it? What do they have to do? Who do they have to contact? And then on top of it, what do I get? Like what can you tell a person the benefits of being a member is?
I was earlier stated that the application process is on the website. You can actually fill out and mail it in and send your check along with your application. The power of the co-op began on the Allendale Food Co-op. It's under the Allendale Food Co-op. It's where the applications are.
We'll make sure we put it in the video and make sure we put it in the description.
Yeah, and I think people need to know about Food Co-op Initiative, which I was really excited. We sort of applied to them. They're a national organization.
That's a national organization, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys, the Sheffields, you guys went up there to their annual convention.
Right.
Maybe
they have a convention.
So
they have a convention
talk
every
about
year.
that for a minute. I know it's too cold for me, And I've also missed it because I had a work schedule that prevented me going. But yeah, it's actually a really great organization that fosters groups like ours that are trying to start down that road. And they've come in with a lot of huge help for us. And I think when we get down, they say we're actually doing better than we realize we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was
Lonzo,
that like?
before you speak on that, Lonzo, Roosevelt, can you hear me, Roosevelt?
Yes, yes.
We would like to invite you to join in to one of the co-ops meetings. We have it every third Saturday, but when we have it with the other co-ops in different states, we can have you added to their list and you can chime in and get a whole lot of stuff about the co-op.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you should do that. It was so cool. There were people from co-ops all over the country that are further along than us and behind us.
That's right.
But the first time I ever did it was old technology. It was a phone call, a group phone call. And we were learning from people in Flint, Michigan, who'd been at this for years. And they were schooling us, telling us, here's what you're doing. Here's what you got to do.
They did tell us, because some people think this is they're going to join the co-op when we start having, selling things, they're going to get rich. If you're trying to get rich quick, that's the wrong way to go.
Amen.
Because some of those co-ops, before they even saw a profit, it could have been 10 years, 10, 15 years before they even saw a profit. Because their members believed in the vision, they stayed with them and they still paid their money at the end of the year, just like they were getting money in. But that's the beauty of it. That's something that they believe in. You just can't jump in and think, hey, next year I should get what, $500-600? It's not going to happen that way.
No, but you do get a discount on your food if you're
you get discounts on the food,
and you get a chance to vote on, are we going to have this, or are we going to have that, are we going to hire more employees?
So
Can you go into the benefits of being a member?
The benefits of being a member, you get the vote on any changes. When we have, you get discounts on your food. And not only, if you say if there's a co-op here in Allendale, one over with Tina and Lonzo, you can take your same membership card and you go over there and get discounts by being a member of the Allendale Food Store Co-op. So it's a lot of benefits besides, the 2 or 3 things that I named that you'll get. But for right now, each co-op, especially the one in New Orleans, they had different things because we made some purchases from there and we didn't get a discount because they're not in the same circle as this co-op. That co-op is out of California. Because I did ask her, I say, so because I'm a member of the co-op in Shreveport, does that mean I can get a discount? She said, we're not in the same circle. Because they have their own circle like we have our circles. But hopefully one day we'll be able to combine. And if I'm out of town and I go to a co-op and I show my card that, hey, I'm a member of the co-op in Allendale, that they'll say, oh, well, good, you get a 10% discount on anything you buy today. And for members only today, we have cookies free for $1 for members only. Anybody can go in the store and buy. We're not saying you have to be a member to come in, but you have to be a member to get the purchase.
It actually sounds like what, Sam's Club, Costco, and in the end, I don't get to vote what they put in Sam's Club and Costco.
Right, but you get a say so as to what we sell in the stores.
Yeah. I like it. You know something? Not only am I going to attend the meetings, I'm going to be a member. And my mother will be a member.
Oh, wow.
You're going to have
Thank you.
All right, 2 new members. Yeah. And how could we get in touch if we don't live in Shreveport, but we'd like to support it, Rebecca? And how could we get in touch if we do live in Shreveport and support the co-op?
Okay, they can send me an email. I can give my email address and they can send me an email. I wouldn't throw all that on Kim because Kim is so busy, and I'm sure he got a lot of stuff in his email box. As me, very little stuff. So I'm good with that.
Okay, so we'll post that up, and folks can get in touch and find out more information.
Okay, you can also post the phone number as well. Do I need to give you that information? John, I think you have my email.
Yeah, I've got all your info.
Yeah.
No worries. I'll give it. I'm pretty good at getting things on TV, so I'll be happy to help.
We will make sure
we'll be happy to help.
Yeah, we'll make sure we have the information on the YouTube channel and also on the podcast website that we have with Buzzsprout. And I'm also, if you guys want me to, I can make sure that your information shows up in the video. So, we're gonna make sure that the information gets out there, because this is to me, this is probably this right here is the catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's the catalyst to start the changes already start with you guys there in Allendale, on the hill, on Clay Street. But this right here is the catalyst to start the change in Allendale. Because I do remember growing up. I don't know if you guys seen there used to be 4 stores, and they were literally outside of each other. Right? Yeah. It was one on Clay Street, right in front of the right in front of the
no problem,
the elderly home. I forgot the name of it. And then it was one on Austin, there was one on Ford, and it was one literally right behind that one. Right. And this was maybe 88, maybe 89, something like that. But those are 4 stores stacked on top of each other that are no longer are there, cannot serve the community. But this co-op will be able to serve the community, and it will be community owned.
Right.
What I love. Mm-hmm. If you guys have any more information you want to throw out there about the co-op?
I don't think. Yeah.
I hope we're out at the market this summer. It was nice warm days and plenty of people coming in. So come see us at the market in Shreveport Farmers Market this summer. Hopefully we'll be back again, and you can meet everybody and see about joining in on all of our activities. Come join our meetings and get ready to grow something in your garden. There's a lot of really great garden space in Allendale, and there's even wasn't Shreveport Green starting a garden in a really kind of an urban farm like you big city guys do.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting on.
Yeah, are they going to start is Shreveport Green going to start that farm in Allendale?
Yes, they're supposed to. The last I heard, they're supposed to. And they're asking people to come over and do equity, in the garden. Now, I don't know if that means because you did equity that you will be able to buy at a discount, or you can come to the garden at any time. It's going to be a huge garden. You can come at any time and pick stuff, to sell. I'm not sure how that works. They say they really hadn't figured that part out, but they are looking for people to do sweat equity.
Right.
We have a garden here in Barstow, Lennox, that was actually plowed by the city of Bossier. And so we do maintain it, but they did the initial breaking of soil and all of the stuff. The seeds that were actually planted were planted by members of our community.
And Roosevelt, I want you to send me your address. I'm going to send this to you. This is the mail.
Official Allendale mask cover.
I love it. I'm dead. Oh yeah, you're gonna get that email as soon as we get out of here.
And I'm gonna mail it to you.
Oh man, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We want to speak a little bit. We want to speak a little bit about the conference we went to up in Madison.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Definitely. Go ahead.
We went up there right before they started closing everything down for COVID, and we met a lot of different people from a lot of different states that had co-ops and all that, and all different stages.
Even from Alaska.
Yes, and I was most impressed by this one guy from Alaska because they kind of started off not in stages. He kind of started off out of the back of his car, you know, selling salmon. Yeah. And so they started when they finished. They were out of a storefront and producing. I mean, they had all kinds of members, but they actually sold what people wanted. They didn't go and say, well, we'll just see what people want. We'll find out what they want, and then we'll get what they want. They didn't just try to experiment. So, but anyway, it was a big deal. It was good hearing from him and hearing from a lot of other people. We have resources. We learned about resources, people who will help you establish your co-op, who help you get the volunteers. That was another big thing. I listened to a couple of sessions about volunteer, how you get people in, how you engage them, how you keep them, what you have to do because everybody, you know, even your normal workers, sometimes you can't keep them on board, but you got to know the methods and all that. So we do have resources for learning how to recruit volunteers, learning how to keep them engaged, and learning how to build a team of you know, people who will make the co-op grow. So I enjoyed it. That was my first one. My husband's been to more than one, so he may can speak a little bit more to what we actually learned while we were there.
As John did say a few minutes ago, that our food co-op is a national initiative. So we actually got a grant to go when Kim and I went the first time. They gave us money and we were able to go and hang out in the hotel. Yeah. And we had a wonderful time in Milwaukee.
It was.
And,
right. And thanks to our cattle commissioner, Stephen Jackson, Cattle Pierce matched that grant. So we're not going away. We're here to stay. It hasn't been about 2 or 3 years that we've been at this. And every time we think we're not doing that well, Food Co-op Initiative says, oh no, you're right where you're supposed to be. Yes. Hang in there. You're going to get through this and come out and be surprised at how well you do. So we keep on keeping on with that. And we appreciate the support of Food Co-op Initiative. And I'll get that address up for you too. And also Stephen Jackson really came through for us early on when we were really nascent, just starting out. But yeah, what an experience. Everybody join us because it's a lot of fun too. We hang out together and sell stuff at the markets and meet more people. Join us. Yeah, it's a great thing. Everybody's welcome.
Yes,
right. We don't have any big guys that say little U's in the midst of the co-op. Everybody got to get their hands dirty. Let's get it done. And I know that we are, because of our passion for our children, that we're able to connect those 5 communities, those 5 neighborhoods, and those stores are going to happen because they need to know how to say quinoa, and they need to know how to say I'm not going to look like the gal in the commercial. So we have a great responsibility, and we don't take it lightly. And I've just had a wonderful time learning. We mentioned about one of our group co-ops got from the last one was from Dayton, Ohio, that we spoke with, and they got people on staff, they have paid help and all that stuff. They're way down the road, but because this is a national organization, we're able to feed and glean off of the knowledge of every organization in the nation, literally. And I was so grateful this last time. The other Tina and this Tina went with me, and when we got the story from the guy from Alaska, it was just amazing. It was, because you have all these huge stores all represented. We were actually at a mixer the first night, at the mixer at the bar, hanging out, chilling from one of the local breweries. They'd had local crafts that they did, beer crafts. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful spot. They give their money to local vendors. They always give 10% of their profits right back to the local community.
Yeah.
And the young man from Alaska was talking about how they found that one product that the community needed, and he started selling on the back of his car. And that growth now, they actually send salmon across the country. They send salmon from Alaska all the way to Milwaukee. Wow. So We have awesome stories, and they gave you so much energy to see where people had started out. I mean, literally from the back of your car to shipping salmon slap to Milwaukee. It's just a wonderful environment for high energy and knowledge. And those guys we speak with, then we still communicate with even today. So when the young lady from Dayton actually shared, I met her when we were in Milwaukee, and I remembered her, and she remembered me. She said, "Hey, Lonzo!" So we laughed and giggled about our communication process. So there's so much to learn and so much to do. We just need some extra hands to get it done.
Yeah, and we're going to get it all together because we have talked to some local farmers,
Yes.
about buying their products once we get set up. So I think it's going to be good. We just got to stay faithful and just keep on pushing.
That's a good way to say it. Stay faithful, keep pushing.
I will have another garden this spring, and I use my youth and my little babies. They go out there, so they get to learn how things grow, and they don't grow up thinking watermelons grow from a tree.
That is not a joke. My Lord have mercy.
Well, I know we're about to get off.
I know.
Listening to what Lonzo and Tina is one of my favorite married couples. I work for community renewal. I tell y'all that all the time. Yes. They're one of my favorite married couples, and I keep telling them, okay, I want one Tina just like Lonzo. What are you waiting for? Here I
am. With it. But the quick story, my oldest son, Lonzo, we were divorced and he was like 10. So he didn't grow up around us. Went to my uncle's in East Texas. All of my cousins were there, and there was easily 20 babies on the back of my uncle's truck. We were going to the watermelon patch. My son said out loud, "I always wanted to know how that big old watermelon stay up in a tree."
Not a tree.
I can't blame him. I cannot, because
no.
I didn't see a cow until I was 19 years old. and I'm talking about that I can actually touch.
Yes.
I've seen them passing by, but I wasn't able to actually touch one until a family reunion on the Cooper Road.
Wow.
And my family, they had cows on their land. They have cows on the land up in the Cooper Road. And I was at first I was like, yo, I'm not getting close to that.
Yeah.
and my grandma was like, boy, go ahead and touch that thing. So I can't blame him,
Yeah.
But that is, that's the thing that, you guys are being able to bring to the community.
Yes.
Another educational piece is extremely important.
Yes, the Sheffields and Rebecca, you guys are bringing that to the community, and you're bringing the love and you're bringing the hope and you guys have the energy and the faith.
Yes,
I can see it right now.
Yes.
I can see it. I can hear it in your voice. Rebecca, she just lightens up. She talks about that co-op. Don't she?
Yeah,
that's right.
We just got started.
Yeah. We're in it.
That's some new makeup I'm wearing.
Ah, okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't even wear makeup.
That co-op glow. I like it.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Co-op glow.
That works.
Yes.
Well, we are so happy to have you guys. And you know something, I'm gonna tell you not. This is not the last time you're gonna come on the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Updates. We're gonna, if we have media pushes you guys want to do to get the information out there. You want to do pushes to get more membership. Me and John, we're ready.
Excellent.
We're ready. We're gonna put it out there. Amen. And we're so happy and thankful for you guys to even come on and share this information with us today. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I can't wait till we can all hang out together in person and maybe get back under that out at the farmers market this summer.
Yeah.
Everybody's well and had their shots.
And back to breakfast when we have the Allendale meeting, Cornerstone meetings. We have it at from 9 to 10. we would meet in one of the friendship houses. I would always cook breakfast, big breakfast, and I missed that.
That's why I started. It was 9 to 10. You got breakfast, and Rebecca always starts on time and ends on time. You were out the door at 10 o'clock.
Start on time and I end on time.
She is not playing. Yeah, she will definitely say, "Shut up! It's time to start." I'm the president. Sit down.
I don't say shut up. I just kind of give the signal that it's time to get started because at 10 o'clock we out.
Yes, she does.
I like that.
Get our extra grits today. We got to get rolled up at 10 too.
Awesome.
But yeah, she's an exceptional leader.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lonzo and Tina. Thank you,
All
Joe.
right.
Thank
Well,
Thank you, Roosevelt.
well, like I said, thank you for you guys coming on, and this is not the last time we're going to hear from you. But it is time for us to go ahead and wrap up, John. You have anything else you want to add on, John?
I can't wait for everybody to see what's coming up. And I don't know if I told y'all, but I talked to a CNN reporter who's following our story, and I spent about 2 or 3 hours telling him about Allendale and then finding numbers for him to contact other people. So I think good things are coming down the road for Allendale Strong in the national press. We've already had Wall Street Journal article, and now CNN's doing something on us. So it's pretty exciting times for Allendale Strong. Don't give up.
Awesome.
We're still Allendale Strong and bigger and better than ever. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. They don't talk about it unless you're doing something right.
That's right.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this podcast. This has been a lot of fun hanging with you guys this afternoon. So
we appreciate your skill set. Thank you.
Roosevelt, don't forget to send me the information so I can send you the math.
Oh, I got you. I'm like I said, as soon as we wrap up here, I'm gonna send it to you. And
I gotta go buy groceries.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you everybody that's listening to us on your favorite podcast. And thank you for everybody that is watching via YouTube or via any other Facebook or any other place that we put this podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe because it helps the YouTube algorithm. And also when you download and you subscribe to the podcast, it helps get the message out to more people. So from Lonzo, from Tina, from Rebecca, from John, and from myself, thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.